A new conflict looms for Victor and Jack, and a secret about Damian is revealed. Today on The Young and the Restless, Audra opens up to Amy, Billy makes Daniel and Phyllis an offer, and Phyllis learns that Sharon has been cleared. Credit. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, Soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. Shocking Young and Restless exclusive. Scene Dominic and Jermaine Rivers tell all about the explosive reveal that's left everyone stunned. Audra arrives at Nate's penthouse and hands him his vanilla latte with oat milk. She picked up the same for Damian. She'd heard that siblings who grew up separately often like the same things. Hastings reminds her that he's only his half-brother. Damian arrives at the door. He's surprised to see Audra and assumes she also works at Winters. They tip him off that she and Nate have a purely personal relationship. When they offer him the latte, Damian turns it down, explaining he prefers tea. Giving Nate a kiss, Audra leaves the men to talk. Once alone, Nate admits to Damian that he hasn't been upfront about why he went to LA to offer him a position. That's no surprise to Damian, who guessed there's no job. Nate explains that Amy asked him to track him down because she has something important to tell him. It's not his place to say what it is. Damian asks what his part is in this. Nate can't explain but repeats he needs to see Amy and hear her out. Why am I sensing urgency here? Damian asks. Hastings can understand that family is hard and it can feel better to walk away, but assures him he won't regret talking to Amy. The only thing I regret is you wasting my time, Damian declares, storming out. Audra and Amy sit at Crimson Lights. Since Amy is a bag of nerves, Audra tries to get her mind off what's happening in Nate's penthouse. When Amy asks about her family, Audra claims there's not much to tell and takes a gulp of coffee. Amy guesses that they hurt her and urges her to open up. I have been keeping a lot inside, Audra admits. She started to think it could be good to open up to someone. Amy wants to be that someone. Slowly, Audra explains that her father drank. That shut her mom down and made her distant when she needed her. The only way she could get her attention was by fighting with her. Amy can understand that. Children need love, but it's not always easy to give when life has broken you. You remind me so much of him, Amy says. Damian was tough, strong, and scared too. Audra claims she's not afraid of anything. That gives Amy a chuckle. She's sure she's afraid of letting people in because when they see who she really is, they won't like her. Amy can see that Nate has cracked her armor and she's allowed him in. She's sure that Audra deserves lots of love. She survived her childhood and became an amazing woman. Audra left young and became self-reliant, traveling around Europe making art and running companies. She's proud of herself and lucky to have Nate in her life. Amy hopes that Damian will feel the same way when he learns he's Nate's half-brother. Daniel rushes into society to meet with Summer and Phyllis. He tells them he feels like he's been going crazy and announces that Sharon has been completely exonerated. That gets a gasp out of his mother. Summer looks worried. Her mother declares that the only way Sharon will get away with this is over her dead body. As she leaps up, her son stops her and explains that Sharon didn't kill Heather. Michael told him that Iron Ward confessed after a struggle with Victor that left him shot. Phyllis is shocked. Summer backs it up, explaining that she saw her grandfather at the hospital. This confession seems too convenient to Phyllis. It sounds like a ploy of Michael's. Her son doubts that, but Phyllis is sure that Michael only cares about winning in court. Phyllis isn't impressed to learn that the only people who heard Ward confess were Sharon's enablers. Even if Iron murdered Heather, Sharon still framed Daniel. He knows, but the DA made it clear they won't be pursuing any charges. He's not sure how to feel about it. Maybe Sharon has suffered enough, he suggests. This sets his mom off, but Daniel thinks it's time for them to move on. He feels he will have to start the grieving process all over again. Summer says this will never make sense, and they need to stop putting their energy into blame and put it into being there for her brother.